If Enzi were alive today, he wouldn't be chasing texts or begging for love. He would be calm, silent, watching people get pulled into emotional chaos while he stayed 10 steps ahead. Why? Because nature understood human nature, especially how power, emotions, and manipulation work in relationships. He didn't hate women. He didn't worship them either. He simply saw the game and refused to play it blindly. Most men today, they don't even know they're being tested. They react, they chase, they beg. But nature, even 100 years ago, gave men a warning. If you don't understand how power works in love, you will be controlled without even realizing it. This video isn't about blaming women. It's about waking you up once you see what nature saw. Everything changes. You stop reacting, you start thinking, and you walk through life with quiet strength and total control. Rule 1. The man who needs a rule 1. The man who needs nothing has the real power. Enzi believed that true power starts when you stop needing things from other people, especially from women. Most men don't realize this. They spend their lives chasing love, chasing attention, chasing approval. They want to be seen. They want to feel special. But here's the hard truth: needing. Someone makes you weak. It makes you a prisoner. You wait for a message. You feel sad if she doesn't call you. Try to make her happy just so you can feel okay. That's not power, that's emotional slavery. But the man who doesn't need anything from anyone, that man is free. And freedom is power. When a woman senses that you don't need her to feel confident or complete, she feels something shift. She realizes she can't control you. She can't shake you. You don't chase her now. She starts thinking about you. She wonders why you're so calm. She wants to understand you. The power flips, as he called this type of man, the Übermensch. It means a higher man, a man who has mastered himself. He doesn't need love to feel valuable. He doesn't beg for attention. He doesn't break down if someone pulls away. He stands tall, quiet, strong, solid. That's what makes him powerful. That's what makes him magnetic. So remember this. If you need her, she controls you. If you don't, she becomes curious. The man who needs nothing is not cold. He's free, he's dangerous, he's in control. Stop needing, start leading. Rule 2, never argue with Rule 2. Emotion. Nature understood something most men still don't. When emotions take over, clear thinking disappears. Many women don't test you with words or logic. They test you with feelings, with mood swings, with chaos. Not because they're evil, but because deep down they want to know. Can you stay calm when things get intense? It's not about the fight. It's about your reaction. Most men fail. Here they get emotional too. They yell back, they defend themselves, they try to explain or fix everything. But the moment you start arguing emotionally, you've already lost, you've left your throne, you've stepped into her emotional storm. Now she's leading the dance, you're just reacting. But the strong man, the grounded man, he stays still. He watches, he listens, he doesn't flinch. She may scream, she may cry, she may try to trigger you, but you don't move. You don't raise your voice. You don't lose yourself in the chaos. And that silence, that calm, it shocks her. It shows her something powerful that's not weakness, that's control, that's leadership. Let her use emotion if she must. You use stillness, use silence, because the man who stays calm in emotional storms always wins Rule 3, face your dark. Rule 3 side, every man has a dark side, parts of himself. He tries to hide old pain, past mistakes, deep fears. Nature called this hidden part the shadow. It's the side of you you don't want people to see, but here's the warning: if you don't face it, she will find it and she will test it. Not to hurt you, but to see if you're real, to see if you've done the inner work, because women can feel your weak spots. They sense what you're afraid of. They press those wounds, not to destroy you, but to see, are you strong enough to handle yourself? Most men haven't healed, so they get defensive. They get angry. They break. But the powerful man, he's already walked through his own pain. He's faced it, owned it, and grown from it. So when she brings up your past or your insecurities, you don't panic, you don't react. You stay calm because that part of you is no longer a wound. It's become your armor. What you've accepted can't be used against you. She can poke, she can test, but she won't find weakness, only strength. So face your shadow, own it, and rise above it. Because if you don't, someone else will use it to control you. Rule 4. Don't compete for Rule 4. Her attention nature didn't believe in showing off. For others, he believed in one thing: becoming better than the man you were yesterday. But today, most men compete for women's attention. They try to look cooler, dress better, talk smoother. They want to stand out in the crowd. But here's the problem. The moment you try to prove yourself to her, you give up your power. You stop being the king. You become a performer. Real power doesn't chase attention. It doesn't beg to be noticed. If you want to be respected, don't chase her, chase your own potential build. Your mind, grow your body, strengthen your mission. She will notice because true strength is felt, not shown off. And when you stop performing for others and start becoming your best self, you don't need attention. Attention finds you. Rule 5. Be dangerous. But Rule 5. Controlled NZE didn't admire weak men, but he also didn't admire angry, out-of-control men. He respected the man who could destroy, but chooses not to. The man who could explode, but stays calm. That's real power. Danger under control. A man who is too soft gets ignored. A man who is too wild gets rejected. But the man who carries quiet strength, he's unforgettable because a woman can feel that edge. She knows there's fire inside you, but you've mastered it. You don't shout, you don't threaten, but your presence says everything. You're the kind of man who could break her, but never would. That's not just attractive, it's powerful. It creates a mix of fear, respect, and desire. So don't be the nice guy. Don't be the reckless guy. Either be the man with a hidden blade, calm, grounded, dangerous, and in full control. Rule 6. Rule 6, don't explain yourself. Most men talk too much. They explain everything. They defend themselves. They try to make others, especially women, understand them. But Nietzsche believed something important. The moment you start explaining, you lose power. Why? Because true power doesn't need to explain it, just is. Let's say she asks, "Why didn't you reply to my message?" Most men would say, "I'm so sorry, I was busy. My phone died, I had a meeting." No, a powerful man simply says, "I was busy." No story, no guilt, no need to be understood. That kind of silence, it builds mystery, and mystery builds power. When you stop explaining yourself, people start paying attention, they lean in, they feel your presence. Women feel it too because you're not trying to prove yourself. You're already standing strong. Talk less, say more. Be direct, be calm, be unshakable. That's how real power speaks. Rule 7. Rule 7, never chase her near. Believed something most men forget, a strong man chooses. He doesn't wait to be chosen. But today, many men act like beggars. They try too hard. They chase women. They hope to be picked. Like they're in some competition. They send too many messages. They try to impress. They try to make her like them. That's not confidence. That's desperation. And desperation kills attraction. Real power. It doesn't chase instead of chasing her. Build yourself, work on your body, your mind, your mission. Live with focus. Live with discipline. And here's the twist she will notice. She'll start wondering, why isn't he chasing me like the others? Why do I keep thinking about him? Why does his silence feel so powerful? This is where the power shifts. You go from being the one who wants her to the one she can't stop thinking about. You become the mystery. You become the gravity. That's when she chases. Not because you tried to win her, but because you walked your own path. And she wants to be part of it. Stop trying to be chosen. Start becoming the man who no one forgets. Rule 8, she can test you. Rule 8, women test men not to hurt you. Not because they're cruel, but because deep down they want to feel your strength. She wants to know, can you hold yourself together when things get tough? So she might say something sharp. She might ignore you. She might stir your emotions just to see what happens. Most men, they react, they get angry, they start proving themselves, or worse, they fall apart. But nature taught a different kind of strength. The strongest man is not the loudest. He is the most still. When she pushes your buttons, when she tries to shake you, you don't explode, you don't explain, you just smile, calm and steady, because you know who you are. You're not shaken by the storm. You are the storm. And in that moment, she respects you because she knows she can test you all she wants, but you won't break. Let her test. Let the fire rise. You stay calm, you stay grounded, because real power doesn't panic. It stays, it leads, it endures rule. Rule 9, choose respect over being liked. Today, many men just want to be liked. They want women to smile at them, compliment them, give them attention. They think, if she likes me, I'm winning. But that's not true power. That's temporary, because being liked is easy and being liked doesn't last. A woman may like you today and forget you by tomorrow. Why? Because liking someone is light, it's soft, it can fade with one bad moment. Nature didn't care about being liked, he cared about something deeper. Being respected, respect is earned. Respect doesn't fade when emotions shift, respect stays even after the feelings change. When a woman respects you, she remembers you, she thinks about you later, she rethinks what you said, she questions why you stayed so calm, so confident, so focused, not because you made her laugh, not because you said what she wanted to hear, but because you stood tall. You didn't fold to be liked. You didn't lower your values to make her happy. You stayed grounded in who you are, and that leaves an impact. If you live for approval, you're forgettable. If you demand respect, you become unforgettable. Be liked, and you're just a moment. Be respected, and you become a lasting memory. Rule 10, use silence as your rule 10. Weapon nature believed silence is not a weakness. In fact, it's the opposite. Silence is power. Most men talk too much. They try to explain everything. They try to win arguments with words. They think that the more they speak, the more control they have. But real power, it speaks less and says more, because words can be weak. Words can be desperate. Words often come from fear. But silence creates space. Silence creates tension. Silence makes people think. When a woman expects you to react, to defend yourself, to explain, to argue, and you don't, she gets pulled into her own mind. She starts reflecting. She starts wondering now. She's off balance now. You've changed the energy. Now you hold control. You didn't fight. You didn't explain. You simply stayed quiet. And in that stillness, you showed her. You don't need to fight to win. You don't need to speak to be felt in a world full of noise. A man who can stay silent becomes powerful. Stillness becomes strategy. Silence becomes your sharpest weapon. Talk less. Hold presence. Make your silence louder than rule 11, words rule. 11, stay in truth, not in her emotions. Nature believed that truth is strong, like a rock, but emotions, they come like waves, they rise, they fall, they change every minute. And in love, emotions can be powerful, especially her emotions. One day, she says you're amazing. The next day, she says you're distant or cold. 1 minute, she's closed. The next, she's upset. That's how emotions move. If you're not grounded in truth, her emotions will pull you in. They'll confuse you. They'll control you. She may say, you're being cold, but you know you're staying focused. She may say, you don't care, but you know you're simply calm and clear-headed. If you don't stand strong in what you know is true, you'll start to believe every emotion she throws at you. You'll start apologizing for things you didn't do. You'll try to fix things that were never broken. That's how men lose themselves. Don't fight her emotions. Just don't let them rewrite your truth. Let her feel, let her express, but you stay grounded, you stay clear. Be the mountain in her storm, still strong, unshakable because emotions come and go. But truth remains. Rule 12. Don't enter her world. Rule 12. Let her enter yours. Most men do this mistake as soon as they meet a woman they like. They start changing everything. They change their schedule, they change their goals, they stop doing what they were focused on just to spend more time with her. They bend, they adjust, they follow. And in doing that, they lose their power. Nature would never allow that. He would say, create your own world first. Then let her decide if she wants to be part of it. Build your life, build your goals, stay focused on your path. Don't slow down your progress just to fit into her life. Don't change your direction just to keep her happy. Instead, live with such focus and strength that she feels pulled into your gravity. She will feel your direction, she will feel your purpose, and if she's the right woman, she will rise to your level. If not, she will leave, but you never change your path for anyone, because a real man doesn't follow. He leads. He doesn't ask for permission to live with purpose. He just lives it. Don't chase her life. Build yours so powerfully that she wants to be part of it. Rule 13. Always be willing to rule 13. Walk away. Many men hold on to relationships, even when they're unhappy. They're scared to let go, scared to lose her, scared to be alone. But nature believed real power comes from being okay with loss. When you can walk away and stay calm, you show true strength. She needs to feel this from you. If she leaves, you won't fall apart. You'll be fine. Not because you don't care, but because you know your worth. That's not cold. That's confidence. Most men beg to be kept, but the strong man chooses. He never clings. Want her, but don't need her. And if she doesn't align with your peace or values, walk away. That's real power. Rule 14, don't try to change her. Rule 14, observe her. Most men try to fix women. They explain, they correct, they hope she will change. But Nietzsche said, don't fix. Just watch, listen to what she says, but pay more attention to what she does. She might say she wants peace, but always causes drama. She might say she values honesty, but hides things from you. Don't argue, just observe and ask yourself, does her behavior match your standards? If not, you walk, not to punish her, just to protect your path. You don't need to change anyone, you need to see clearly. And when you do, you'll always know what to do. Rule 15, rise above desire. Don't be Rule 15. Controlled by pleasure. Most men are controlled by their desires. They chase sex, beauty, attention. They crave it and become weak because of it. Enzi didn't say pleasure is bad. He said the higher man enjoys it, but isn't controlled by it. He doesn't need to chase. He doesn't beg. He decides when and how to enjoy. That's power. When a woman tries to tempt you and you stay calm when you smile instead of chasing, she feels something rare. You're not addicted because you found something deeper than pleasure. Your purpose, and purpose is stronger than desire. So enjoy when you choose to, but don't let it own you. The man who controls pleasure can never be controlled by it. Rule 16. She's Rule 16. Not the prize you are. Many men see a beautiful woman and instantly think, I have to win her. They chase, they try to impress. They act like she's above them, but nature believed the man should never see himself as the lesser one. He believed, you are the prize. If you've built real strength, real power doesn't chase beauty. It grows so strong that beauty is pulled toward it. She might be beautiful, that's fine, but beauty is everywhere. Power is rare. And when you live with purpose, focus, and discipline, that's what makes you valuable. That's what makes you magnetic. So stop trying to win. Her start becoming the man she wants to follow. When you walk like the prize, she will feel it. She will see it and she'll be drawn to it. You don't need to prove anything. You're not chasing the crown. You are the crown. Final words. Final words. Nature didn't waste time blaming women. He didn't chase fantasy. He turned inward. He sharpened his mind. He became a storm that needed no approval. That's your path now, not to hate, but to rise, not to fight for the crown, but to become. It let them test you. Let them talk, but you walk forward, silent, strong, unshaken, free. You're no longer reacting to life. You're not begging, proving, or chasing. Now you create your life. You choose your direction, you own your path, and as you move forward, let the world feel what real power looks.